Hey guys, so this is a 1+ year review of the Antec NX200M ATX case. I'm actually in the stage of finally changing this case, but the reason I originally purchased it was as a placeholder. And I've always been a fan of Antec cases, and it's been actually a very difficult case to move away from because it has a lot of cool features. And so in this short video, I wanted to share my preferred features that you might not know about this case. And also, I guess, two of the negatives and criticisms. But overall, for the price that you're paying, this is a great case if you get your hands on it, regardless of which version you get. It's very good looking, but the best parts of it is actually the size of the case. It's a very good desk case due to the small depth of the actual case itself. I'll put the measurements in the description maybe, or in the video. It's a post editing. But yeah, so it was a hard case to move on from because of how good it was. It's very compact, keeps things very cool. It's done a very good job with the parts that I have. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what I found out as a user for more than 1 year now, and just to let you guys know, future purchases or people getting their hands on this case at a later time, a little bit about it. So one of the most appealing aspects of this case, and the reason why I kept it for so long, is actually this door here. The fact that you can open this up and have access. So anyway, having this access has been great. I tend to fiddle around with hard drives quite often. I'm very into soft modding retro consoles. And so having the ability to just, open this up, right? And then have my SATA and power cable come out of here and attach it to that hard drive has been really good. I mean, there's been cases where I was trying to sell hard drives or NAS hard drives, and I could just open this up, chuck them on, plug them in, and I could do what I needed to do. It's very convenient. This is probably one of my favorite features about this case, besides its size. And I think the third aspect that makes it quite appealing is actually the front. This is not only very this honeycomb kind of plastic mesh. It's quite sturdy, looks very nice. It's very sleek from the front, and it does a great job cooling. Now, mine came with the pre-existing RGB fans, which I don't turn on. I'm not a RGB light kind of guy, but they're very good at cooling. My machine runs very cool most of the time. I think something like the most demanding thing I play on this PC is Counter-Strike 2. And that usually, my CPU is idling about 64 to 65 degrees, and my GPU is around that high 50, 60 range most of the time. And so, yeah, that's one of the other benefits of this case. It's very, runs very cool. And even with the standard fans that it comes with, it's doing the job very well in my opinion. And my CPU is known to run quite hot. It has a high TDP, and luckily it has a good range as well. So it runs very cool and gets a little bit hot as well. So this is idling at this point. But I guess my two criticisms of this system are, one is not really a criticism, but it's just the way it is. It's a budget case, and so in the case, if you have an ATX power supply with modular parts, you're going to struggle a little bit because the cage that they have on it, you can't actually fit two hard drives. You can fit only one. And even then, the cage is in the way of the cables. It's very hard to deal with. You're going to often have to pull everything out. Like, for example, the cage can't come out without me removing the ATX power supply. And yeah, there's very little access, and it's very hard to kind of control the stuff that's in there. I think if you were actually working with a normal ATX power supply, especially since you're probably on a budget if you're dealing with this kind of case, those are better in this regard because all the cables come from one area of the case versus where you have to have each plugged in this way with these kinds of power supplies. So I guess the only criticism, and that comes from how compact it is that the distance between two is very low and it's very hard to deal with the two once you're set up. And even during the setup, it took me a bit of effort to get them going. Now, one other thing, so when I actually purchased this case, it had a bit of a gap here on the side and still a slight gap. And I've also seen it in a display in a store, and it also had that gap. So that's something to be aware of. They might come with that gap when you purchase them. But in this case, this one actually fell down about 1 meter to the floor, and somehow that gap is being improved. So maybe if you really want to reduce that gap, you can drop your case. But jokes aside, look, it's great. So the only two criticisms I can have of this is just this gap. I'm a bit OCD with these kinds of things. I could criticize the quality of the sides and the top, but again, it is a budget case. It is a low-cost budget case, and you can't really expect much more. And the fact that this was dropped in my case, and nothing was damaged, everything is intact. And the only thing that kind of was altered was actually my CPU cooler bent a bit. So, you know, it's decent enough. It's very small and compact, so you can easily put it on your case. And due to this side panel, it's got this kind of specialized feature that makes it a kind of good specialized case for certain kinds of people making use of this functionality of the case. One thing to note is that if it comes with fans, the LED, this usually is a reset button. So in this case, it comes with turns the LEDs on and off. But you can actually, where is it? There we go. This, it can be removed. It's the restart cable, and if you move it to your motherboard and plug that in, it will do what it's supposed to originally do, which is reset your computer. But yeah, guys, just wanted to share this with you. Over the years, I've used other people's reviews and random kind of videos, and I wanted to share this with you guys so you can also make use of it in the future or the present. Please like and subscribe. I'm just trying to grow the channel as well at the same time, and hopefully I'll be able to keep up and share more detailed reviews of products over time. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.